Today on Who Is That Person? We have a special guest, Louis Zamperini.
Hello.
So tell us, Louis, how did everything begin?
I was born in Olean, New York, to Italian immigrant parents. When I was a child, we moved to Torrance, California. I grew up there as a very mischievous child, and I always got in trouble.
Interesting. What made you interested in track?
Well, my older brother Pete was in charge of the high school track team, so he recommended it to me. In 1934, I set the national high school record for a mile of 4 minutes and 21 seconds.
When did you get interested in the Olympics?
Pete told me that I should try to qualify because he saw that my track skills were increasing. So in 1936, I went to New York for the 5,000-meter Olympic trial. I was just a teenager, yet I did qualify for the 1936 Berlin Olympics.
Did you do well in the Olympics?
Unfortunately, I did not get any medals.
Did this get you down that you didn't get any medals?
No, this actually made me want to try even harder for the next Olympics.
Did you intend on winning the next Olympics?
Yes, I did, but World War II intervened. With the next Olympics canceled, I enlisted in the Army Air Corps.
What did you do in the Army?
I was stationed in Hawaii, and I was a bombarder on a B-24 Liberator plane.
How did you crash, and what was it like?
While me and my crew were looking for a lost plane, our plane suddenly had mechanical issues. We tried our best to save it, but unfortunately, out of us 11 crew members, only 3 of us survived. Me, Mac, and Phil. It was a very traumatizing experience.
What kind of problems did you face on the raft?
We faced many issues over our 40 days lost at sea. There were many sharks, including a giant great white. We barely got any food or water, and Japanese planes even opened fire on us.
How did you get captured?
Max sadly died on the raft, but Phil and I washed onto an island in which the Japanese had captured. They took us into custody and separated us.
How did the Japanese treat you?
They treated us horribly. We barely got any food, and we were constantly questioned. There was only one nice guard at our confinement.
What happened next?
After 42 days on the original island, we were moved to a prisoner of war camp in Japan. Over the course of the entire war, I was moved to multiple different camps.
What were the camps like?
The camps were horrific. We were basically starving, and we got constant beatings. I was abused a lot, especially because they knew that I was an Olympic runner.
Did the world know you were alive?
Nobody knew we were alive. A while after our plane crash, all of the passengers were officially declared dead.
Was there anybody particular who mistreated you at the camps?
The answer is yes. His name was Mutishiro Watanabe. He was prisoners. He was also known as the Bird. He went to every prisoner of war camp that I went to, and he would abuse me for no reason at all. He was deranged and took great pleasure in torturing me, but I would not let him break me.
How did you get out of the camps, and why do you think they kept you alive?
My captivity lasted for 2 whole years, but after the U.S. ended the war, my friends and I were all freed. I think that's the only reason I was kept alive was that the Japanese wanted to use me for propaganda.
What happened after that?
I was severely out of shape, but I returned home to meet my family who thought I had been dead for years. I got married and had a child, but because of my harsh time in the prisoner of war camps, I suffered from PTSD and became an alcoholic. My wife almost left me, and I thought that killing the bird was the only way to end my pain. I was wrong, though. The only way to fix things for real was to forgive and find God.
We are glad you are safe now, and we thank you for your service.
So I hear they're making a book about your journey called Unbroken.
I look forward to reading it. It will be funny to see a book about me.